Chris, what was your thoughts on how your team approached this one, leading with their defense and holding Dallas under 100?
Defense was really good in the second half. First half was not so much. We kind of looked like we were stuck in the mud a little bit out there, a little heavy-legged, kind of a typical game when you get back from a long road trip. Guys were just trying to find it, rhythm offense, rhythm defense. So they did a really good job of kind of digging in and find it in the second half. So
was it kind of an approach of anyone but Hardaway tonight for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to make sure that we took their shooters out as best we could. We experienced it last time we played them, how they we got up big and they came back getting hot from the 3-point line. So guys did a good job of battling through screens, and the bigs were up to challenge the shooting players coming off the action. So I thought that was key for us.
A lot of games, obviously, in the regular season. How much time and effort goes into having pretty detailed defensive game plans on a nightly basis?
A lot, especially with the way that we're built. Every day we have to kind of think about how we're going to approach this with matchups and coverages and stuff like that. Our staff does an amazing job of really kind of coming to the meeting in the morning, being super creative when they need to be, but also not straying too far away from our foundation, which is also important. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of teams maybe are kind of roll out the same defense every night, but we're not kind of built that way. So we got to really kind of pick out certain points of emphasis that we have to kind of focus on. So
is it nice to have the chess pieces you guys have as well?
Yeah. It's great to have multiple defenders that can guard these guys. You have guys that are really good guarding chase guys. You have guys really good guarding penetrating guys. You have guys that are good at guarding pick and roll. Then you have really good off-ball defenders. So we do have a lot of flexibility with that. So it is a luxury for us.
Because you had real trouble making shots in the first half.
Yeah.
Cat's efficiency really kind of keep you afloat there while you're looking for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the 2 big threes, I think, before the halftime gave us just enough breathing room to kind of catch our breath. Then, he continued with a big third. But for sure, yeah, no doubt about it. So
then to see Nas knock a few down, even if it was already in doubt, does it just you have to kind of see that happen to kind of get on the roll again?
Absolutely. We need him to get back playing with the way he has been playing most of the season. Why I left him out there was so he can see the ball go in a couple times. So,
Chris, you talked back in training camp about how big of a point of emphasis transition defense was, and keeping teams out of transition offense.
Yeah,
one of the lowest frequencies in transition offense against you. What's gone into being able to be a good transition team or keeping teams out of transition?
I mean, it starts with effort first and foremost. I mean, we just had we have to make more effort, being a little bit more on balance. When the shot goes up, better spacing, understanding where our transition threats are coming from. We actually, sometimes send guys back more often than not. But I also think it's really important when you have guys like Rudy and Kat and Jaden now. We want these guys to go to the offensive glass, Nas, and that forces teams to stay in and try to box us out too. When Rudy goes to the glass, oftentimes they'll put 2 guys on him, and that creates an advantage for us. So even if we don't get the ball, so that's been a big point of emphasis. We don't feel like you got to choose whether you go to the glass or you get back. We want to be able to do both, and I think the way we are built, it helps us immensely to go to the glass.
And tonight, only 9 points. We've seen some of these games previously this season where kind of if things are going well for other guys, teams on a roll, in the second half, he's not really trying to force anything to look for his own shot. I guess for him, is this different for him this year? Do you feel like it on nights like this when he's not trying to really force to get his points?
I was trying to get him the ball, get him going. I know they were, trying to put 2 on him as much as they possibly could, and he did a good job of getting off of it, making good plays for his teammates. I thought he did it right in the beginning. We got a lot of really good looks in the beginning of the game. And yeah, for sure, it's just, but he has to also continue to stay aggressive and find different opportunities within the flow of the game. maybe some in transition, maybe cut, more catch and shoots, kind of that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, he did a really good job of not forcing anything into the teeth of their defense.